Who are school leaders? Using leadership and management to be an effective school district. We have all probably worked in jobs before where we had people who were inspirational, great with relationships, and seemed to make everyone around them better. We probably all have also worked with people who are efficient, make sure everyone is doing their part, and are highly organized. All of these qualities are important to possess, especially as someone who aspires to move up the ranks, so to speak, but they describe two very different sides to leadership. Managers and leaders are both a vital part of any organization. In schools, it is especially important that there are roles that fulfill leadership as well as management. The leader tends to inspire or venture into new ways of doing things. Leadership is viewed to influence process, while management is seen as utilizing control. Even though it is evident that there are differences between managers and leaders, an effective school district needs to have components to both roles in place in order to truly be successful and to be effective schools. The leadership framework gives us components of leaders, leadership competencies, professional learning and growth practices, instructional practices, and management competencies. While it is not necessary for every single leader to meet all of these guidelines, duties and responsibilities must be distributed across job descriptions. When the components of the leadership framework are distributed and practiced with fidelity, schools can begin to thrive and not just survive. There are a variety of roles for leaders. We typically think of leaders as being housed within a local Board of Education, and the leaders at the Board of Education do practice many of these facets of leadership. However, the superintendent may have responsibilities that fall under the first, second, and fourth domain, which are leadership competencies, professional learning and growth practices, and management competencies, while the curriculum director responsibilities fall primarily under the third domain, which is instructional practices. When these roles are able to be split and leaders can specialize, schools tend to be more effective. The role of principal is a much tougher one, however. Leaders that are actually housed within schools typically tend to take on multiple roles, or at least be knowledgeable of those roles so that their managerial component to the framework can be met. Typically, the principal breaks down particular assignments for assistant principals also, such as safety, testing, MTSS, gifted education, discipline, and PBIS. This goes along with what typically happens at the board office level so that each person can become an expert in their own areas, making them and in turn the school more effective for students.